Welcome back to Tech Visa. This is episode number 12, and it's our second solo episode. You guys seem to really enjoy the last one that we did, where we took a look at the temporary resident transition stream of the 186 visa program. So today I thought we'd flip the script and take a deep dive into the permanent residency pathways through the 186 visa program, but focusing in on the direct entry stream. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for all the latest in Australian immigration news. So for those of you that are not familiar with the 186 visa program, it's a permanent residency pathway that's split into two main streams: the direct entry stream and the temporary resident transition stream. So as I mentioned, we have created another video that focuses in on the temporary resident transition stream. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you haven't already, go check that out. But today we're going to be focusing in on the direct entry stream. So as the name suggests, you can apply for this visa directly, whether you're inside or outside of Australia. If you are offshore, there is no specific requirement as to what visa you need to hold. But if you're inside Australia, you do need to hold a substantive visa or a bridging visa A, B, or C. So as I mentioned, the 186 visa is a permanent residency visa, meaning that you can remain in Australia indefinitely. Now let's take a look at the overarching eligibility requirements. So first and foremost, you do need to make sure that you have an occupation that is on the medium to long-term skilled occupation list. This list includes professions that are highly sought after in Australia, like software engineers, ICT business analysts, and so on. So once you have identified a relevant occupation on the skilled occupation list, you will need to obtain a positive skills assessment. This needs to be done through one of the relevant skill assessing bodies. So for example, for a software engineer, you will need to do the skills assessment through the ACS, which is the Australian Computer Society. So in order to obtain a positive skills assessment, you do need to ensure that you have the relevant qualifications. So for example, if we keep looking at a software engineer, you do need to be at least degree qualified, and your qualification needs to be highly relevant to that of a software engineer. So let's take a look at the work experience requirement. This is a crucial aspect of the visa application process, and you need to make sure you have at least 3 years of highly relevant work experience, and this work experience needs to be post-qualification. So as this is a permanent residency application, you do need to provide substantial documentation in order to evidence your qualifications and work experience. So this can be in the form of pay slips, tax returns, reference letters from past employers, and so on. So thorough and accurate documentation is crucial, as the department is really strict on it. As this is an employer-sponsored visa, you do need to ensure that you have an employer that is willing to sponsor you through the 186 visa program. So if you are a business owner or a founder of a startup or scale-up, and you're thinking about sponsoring a potential applicant under the 186 visa program, be sure to get in touch, as we're more than happy to run you through the process. Okay, let's take a look at the age requirement. So applicants need to be under the age of 45 years old at the time of application. So there are some exemptions in place, but these only apply to very specific circumstances. Moving on, let's take a look at English proficiency. You will need to have at least competent English, which is equivalent to a 6 in each band of the IELTS test. You must also meet certain health and character requirements, ensuring you have no serious health issues or a criminal history. Moving on to processing times, one of the most commonly asked questions here at Tech Visa. So as this is a permanent residency application, the processing times are lengthy. So this is something to keep in mind. You're looking at anywhere between 10 and 14 months processing times for the 186 visa in the direct entry stream. So to sum it up, the 186 visa in the direct entry stream is a fantastic pathway to permanent residency for applicants from all over the world. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for all the latest in Australian immigration news. Until next time.